Did you know that you could do retouching before you even hit that shutter button? Yeah, you heard that right. Before you hit the shutter button, you could do retouching. And if you do that, your image will be absolutely amazing. Not only that, you will get exactly what is in this mind of yours. You'll get the photograph you want. Let's break this down. Let's see how we can do retouching before we take a photograph. Hey guys, this is Ejaz. I am a fashion and a wildlife photographer here in New York. After shooting for designers, magazines, art galleries, fine art prints, I have realized that we have a tendency of making photography difficult. Let's break it down. Let's make it super easy. Make it simple in your mind first, and everything else will fall into place. Guys, let's make photography easy. Hey guys, so yeah, it sounds weird. How can you do retouching before you take a photograph? But I tell you, I do this all the time. You can do this all the time. It will give you the images that you are looking for. So let's break this down in 3 different steps. The first thing, we take out objects, or at least that's what I do. I take out objects that are not needed. Number 2, I look into color, contrast. Number 3, which is the most important thing in retouching, is to draw your viewer's eye to the part you want them to see. Alright guys, so you see this image, this image, this image, this image, this image, and this image. All these images were retouched on set to take out objects. This is how you do it. I get to location, I look around me and I say want, don't want. Great. Now you know what you want in the location and you know what you don't want in the location. You know approximately where the subject is going to come, and you are going to start moving yourself side to side so you don't have branches coming out of the head. Is it an easy fix in Photoshop? Yeah, but you'll also get stuck at times where you have a gorgeous image. You will not be able to take the stick out of the horse's hair, the mane, right? So why don't we retouch first? Why don't we get behind the camera and say, hey, you know, maybe that's not going to happen and that's not going to happen, and move ourselves. Let me give you an example. I know that the horse is white. I also know I'm going to make my image black and white. I know that there is a huge tree right behind me, and I know the horses are going to come running towards me. Now, if you look at the image, the main horse was going right behind the white sky there. And what would happen? My audience would not look at that. The horse and the sky would blend in together. So I didn't want that. What did I do? I moved myself so the tree goes right behind the horse's head. Black, horse is white, your attention goes there. So that's one example of retouching. I know I'm calling it retouching because if I didn't want it, I would have to take it out in Photoshop, correct? Alright guys, so if you look at this image, you see on the right side of the 2 horses, it was some kind of structure. If I had to stay where I was, then that structure would be coming out of the horses' heads, so to speak. I moved myself to the left so that the horses may show in front and the structure may be on the right hand side. I mean, it's so small, it's not distracting. Could I have taken it out in retouching? Of course, everybody could. Why not do it on set by just moving yourself? Bang, you're done. If you take a look at this image, there was a branch coming out of this subject of mine, and I had no choice. I could not move to the right, I could not move to the left, I could not move at the back, I could not move in the front. So what did I do? I try to place that branch while I'm shooting, and while the subject is walking around, I'm trying to place that image in a position where it doesn't get into the hair, because oh my god, it's going to be an absolute nightmare taking that out, right? If you know how you're going to take this object out that you don't want, it will get easier because you're going to place the least challenging parts of the subject's body in front of that object that you want to take out. You will not only make your retouching easier when you get in front of the computer, you'll get exactly what you want. Okay, great, you know, I couldn't move this branch, awesome. I put it on his neck or I put it on his back, not on the hair. So this way life got easier. When I come back, easy take out, gone, finished. Now let's go and look into color and contrast. So my last snowy owl shoot that I had, I'm at the farmer's doorsteps. He takes us. He's like, okay, this is where she comes normally. They had pushed snow and it was like maybe 7 feet high, but it also had a hump like a 2-humped camel. It went up, it went down, and then it went up and it went down again. I can see her. She's sitting right opposite me and she's looking down. And I'm like, if she's looking down, most likely she's gonna go down. But the snow thing is coming up. But I positioned myself in a way that when she did come up, I would be able to use the contrast of her black and white feathers. Since the snow was in the foreground and I was close to it, everything would get all blurry, and that is what I used for retouching. Trust me, this image is shot exactly the way you see it, but it's done in camera, keeping in mind color and contrast. So I did that there on set. Had I to put this extra white snow that you see in post, it would have taken me hours and hours and hours to make it look so believable. But this is the magic of retouching in camera on location before you take a photograph. You plan it. Here is another example of color and contrast. Now, there are so many flamingos and everything is getting lost. But I also see that the flamingo comes up with her neck the way beautifully that they do it. So I'm laying on the ground, being as low as possible. Even after being as low as possible, there was no way that I could get the contrast of the blue water behind the flamingo's neck because there were so many of them. And I'm waiting and I'm waiting. I'm like, maybe they'll move, maybe they won't move, maybe they'll move. All of a sudden, these flamingos, like maybe 50 of them, flew away. Moved myself, bang, you see the blue water in there. I got the contrast, and that's why the neck sticks out. That's why your focus is going straight to the neck. Use color and contrast to draw your viewers' attention. I don't want to keep repeating my stories again and again, but up in Norway, crazy snow blowing. I can't even see literally 5 feet in front of me. This musk felt like it was dead. He was taking protection behind a rock. And I'm looking at him from here and he's right there. If I moved myself a little bit, I would be able to pull him out just a tad bit from the rock. I did want the emotion of this photograph to be like, you know, it's a statue or it's a painting. But at the same time, I did also want to show the contrast, because had I shot him from the same place, he would look like the rock because he looked like he's just frozen in time. Now at this point, you guys are going to turn around and say to me, don't you do this in fashion? I don't retouch in fashion on set. And the reason why I don't retouch is because it's created by me, the art director and the client, right? We create the environment, so there's no brand sticking out. So I don't have to worry about retouching on set. The color contrast also we talk about. We say, okay, green blouse, we're going to put red at the back, so the green blouse is going to pop. Whether it's fashion, whether it's wildlife, the principle is the same. The retouching is the same. So why not do it on set? I'm sorry, on location, by just moving yourself here and there. So we've done retouching with objects. We've done retouching with contrast and color. The main one is retouching in a way where you can draw attention to the subject in a very simple way. So I'm going to start with this image. Your eye is going straight to his eye. Why is it going straight to his eye? Darkest spot in the frame. Everything else is white. And of course, you also have the drawing lines, right? The lines are leading you to his eye. Now, if you see, there is a very subtle gradient in here. Have I done dodge and burn on this image? I did it on set. Yeah, I also have done it in Photoshop, like making the body a little bit darker, like making the snow a little bit lighter. So your eye is being pushed towards his eye. I knew that while I was on set. I knew how I was going to retouch, how I was going to make the body darker, how I was going to make the snow lighter, because I wanted the lines to go straight to his face, right? So that's one example of using retouching brain before you take your shot. So let's look at this image of a cougar. So I'm in Chile. This guy comes, he's actually following us. We were the prey, so to speak, right? Me, the tracker, and so on. So he comes and he sits on this rock. And I'm like, okay, great. You're showing yourself to me. Now, how do I take a photograph where I am pushing my audience's eye into his face? Number one, I was lucky. It was snowing. Number two, once I looked from my frame, I had this dark portion of a mountain right behind me. Awesome. I'm going to use it to my advantage. So I pushed it on top. What does that do? It's pushing your eye towards the puma. And then he's sitting on a rock, but there are a lot of grass and brush and so on and so forth. I pull myself down now, so your eye is being pushed towards him. Lastly, he is the darkest in the frame. I moved myself a little bit because on the right side there was this huge tree. So I moved myself more towards the right so I can look at him and put him exactly where I wanted in the frame. So now he's looking like he is the darkest thing in the frame. I brought it back, put him into the computer, dodge and burn again, burnt him a little bit, burned the mountain a little bit, shrubs, and it doesn't take time to do the retouching, right? It's done and finished with. Yes, there are times, like there are other horse images that it takes hours and sometimes even days to finish a retouching job. But when you retouch on location, life becomes easy when I'm sitting in front of the computer. All right, guys, this is it for now. I will speak to you guys soon. I'm gonna do another one on this because I think this is so important. By the way, there is a link down below in the description about the 10 things that I do before I go to any shoot, whether it be fashion, whether it be wildlife. If you start to do that, your photography is going to get better. I promise you. See you soon. Thanks.